Every day I imagine a place where I can be with Sayori. Doki. Hello and welcome to the Doki Doki Literature Club where I shall voice all the characters. Now let's see if I don't get more memories. Supersonic Storm is too long, so I'm just gonna put Sonic Storm.
Hey!
I see an annoying girl running toward me. From the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally obvious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighborhood and good friend since we were children. Oh wait, never mind. You know, the kind of friend that you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you know each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this. But starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking up, waiting. Sorry. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
I overslept again! But I caught up to you this time!
Maybe only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say like you were thinking about ignoring me. That means Sonic Storm.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't know what then to think we're a couple or something. We should...
Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. We crossed the street together and make our way to the school. As we drew near, the streets became increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Sonic Storm, have you ever decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you wanted to join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sorry, likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on an average while spending my free time on games and anime. And Netflix adaptations, but we don't talk about that.
I was talking about how I was worried that you won't let me learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know?
It is.
And I know that you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you being a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright. I look at a few clubs, if that makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Well, yeah, I could promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a cafe-free girl? Carefree. Because it's Sayori, she is S tier. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself lend to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to erase her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is an ordinary day as ever, as is overboard before I knew. After I packed up my things, I stared blankly at the wall, looking at once of motivation. Announce. Clubs. Sayori wanted me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello?
Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I looked around and realized that I was the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I catched you coming out of the classroom. But I thought you were just sitting there and spacing out. So I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wake up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement. So I thought,
Know what?
Well, now you could come to my club.
Sayori? I shall gladly enter. Yeah?
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going into your club. That is one big lie.
Hey, Mimi.
Sayori's is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I am 99% sure she only did this because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature club is granted to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please. We got some anime.
Why do you care so much anyway? Actually, no. Thank you for caring.
Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. Which is why I am joining. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? And I'll gladly join.
Yay, let's go! Yes.
And thus, today marks the day I sold my Taco Bell for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member's here!
I told you, don't call me a gamer moment. Oh wait, I glanced around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori's always saying nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere!
Ah, Sonic Storm! What a nice surprise! Welcome to the club!
All words escape to me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it! Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year-old student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori said this quietly into my ear, and then turned back toward the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh, well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, Sonic Storm. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we're in the same classroom last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me generally feels a little You too, Monika?
Come sit down, Sonic Storm. We made a room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monika. Oh, get the cupcakes.
Hi, I made them. I'll get them.
Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been winded, so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walked over the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Yes. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Whoa!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cat ears. Little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Hey, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monika. I follow.
It's delicious!
Sayori talked with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glance in my direction. Is she wanting me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Maybe them for you or anything. Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you. You, you dummy. All right. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry. The teacher gives us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Eh? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Eh? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a passive time for me, but I'll at least enjoy tea. Green tea, by the way, thank you very much. I'm glad. Yuri finally smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider joining the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was partially dragged here by Sayori. But then again, it's Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you'll feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club exciting for everyone. And fun. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own literature club? You could possibly be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and politics publicity, and how to prepare for events. I much rather talk something I personally enjoy and take, and make something special out of it. And if I encourage others to get into a literature club, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Ah, Monika really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised that there aren't any more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Well, I guess, yeah. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. That's right, you need to subscribe to my channel. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah.
Well, we'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why we're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Sonic Storm, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, I like Splatoon and Legend of Zelda. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Oh yeah, I've also read Case Closed manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half jokingly. Natsuki head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she can't. But she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. That's why you need to subscribe to the animation. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Oh boy, what game I'm gonna be in. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? 20 seconds later. Anyway, I've been reading a lot more of horror lately. I read a horror book once. It was the spooky. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I can't put it down. I can relate. Case closed. Really good manga. Surely horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh! I hate horror! Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes drat over me for a split second. Never mind! That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you ideas? What gave you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give me that back! Fine, fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders.
Firmly grasp it!
I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Eh? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them! Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing the level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exploiting your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example, and help Natsuki feel more comfortable enough to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Question mark. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzly at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do this!
Plus, now we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Sonic Storm? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. Eh? What is that? Now that we're back in the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I'd join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs I want to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All goes back at me with dejected eyes. But I thought...
Sonic Storm!
You all... I'm denselessly against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-head decision when it's like this? If I were writing poems in this price, I'd need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes lit up.
Yes! I'm so happy!
Sorry.
Yes!
No.
Yes! I'm so happy!
That was a bad take. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for cupcakes, I would be super taco. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. I have my club membership. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Sonic Storm, I look forward to seeing I look forward to see how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? Perhaps. I already feel the anxiety welding up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Sonic Storm! Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
Yes, absolutely, positively. That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for the clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, 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 and of course, Sayori. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club with Sayori Natsuki? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think favorite club members would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most.
Alrighty, let's see. We have
Horror, landscape,
adventure, memories, stars, starscape, dance, captive, dazzle, jumpy, sparkle. Okay, Sayori jumped for memories. Memories. Excuse me, what? Clouds. Amazing! Blankets. Boop. Like, no, I want Sayori, not Natsuki. Well, I guess, let's just see.
extreme,
Peaceful, empty. Headphones. Fluffy. Play. Lazy. Yeah. Proof. Dream. Miseries. Defeat. Milk. Bubbles. Dream. Playground. Joy. Crimson Rain. Games. Comfort. Fantasy.
spin,
Color up. Freeze. Explosion. Ocean Man, take me by the hand. The power of love.
This is amazing!
Anime. Netflix adaptation. Sunny. Kawaii. Special. Hi again, Sonic Storm. Hi, and this will be the end of the first episode. If this goes well, I'll make a part 2, and I will write a poem about the words I did. So, in the meantime, I'll see you next time. Oh, wait, no, and I'll see you later.